In today's video, we're going to do my much anticipated follow-up in my review of tag grading, and I even bought a tag graded card that we're going to check out at the end. But first, here's the intro. A few months back, I made a video review of tag grading. My thesis was basically this. They seem like they know what they're doing, they have a nice looking website, I'm seeing good stuff about them, and they have a nice leadership team. But I'm personally hesitant to trust new grading companies with my cards. I've made that mistake before, and it's still haunting me to this point. There's so much loyalty to the legacy brands like PSA. Trusting anybody new and a startup in this space is rough. Oftentimes the new companies don't make it, and then when they go out of business, those cards that have been graded by them are basically obsolete. They don't do much for the value of the cards beyond just selling it raw. Yeah, I was completely persecuted for that. You guys lined up in the comment section to tell me how stupid I was and how the tag is the greatest thing ever. It turns out they actually invented sliced bread, cured every sickness in America, and should probably run for office in 2028. So, sorry guys. So we're going to do a follow-up. I'm going to further check out the site now that I have been realigned by the community. So let's dig in there, and I want to, 1, look through the site, 2, compare their selling prices of tag cards to PSA cards, and then finally check out a tag slab that I bought on my own and give a review of design and whatnot. So let's dive in. Alright, so here's the website. It still basically looks like it did. Very cool though, very transparent. The whole thing is like built on this idea of transparency, from their slabs to their open communication policy about what they do. So the slabs look like this, which is a real cool, real sharp slab. They all have this little QR code on the front. In full disclosure, I could not get the QR code to work on the slab that I have. I tried for 10 minutes I have 2 phones. I have a business phone and a personal phone, and I couldn't get it to work with either one of them. It's very cool idea, and maybe I wasn't doing something right, but somebody correct me in the comments. I know you won't hesitate if I'm wrong about the QR code. I couldn't get it to go. That does not mean that it won't go at all. So they have submission kits that you can use if you want them. They have a pretty thorough breakdown of how they grade and what it costs. So value bulk, where you're looking at $15 a card, regular's $25 a card, express is $75 a card, and walkthrough is $150 a card. So when you compare those prices with the PSA, honestly they're pretty close. Regular at $75 a card, express is $75 a card here, so you get that in 5 business days. PSA, you're supposed to get it in 10 business days. The $25 a card regular is the same as the value at PSA, but value bulk at PSA is just for Collectors Club, and Tag doesn't have like a membership program, so you're getting it without having to pay for membership. So I guess in theory it's a little bit cheaper there too, and the turnaround time's faster too with Tag, which is nice. They have a walkthrough for the 2 business day turnaround for $150. PSAs get significantly more expensive when it comes to like walkthrough and the Super Express. So really high-end cards, Tag is going to be significantly cheaper. For the lower end stuff, you're looking, it's pretty close. It's very similar, at least. Looks like they are sold out of submission kits, so those have been super popular. If you're submitting for the first time, I get it, it's kind of overwhelming, but once you've done it a few times, it becomes old hat. One of the things they talk about a lot is that some of their cards are graded on a 1,000-point scale, and on some of them, the QR code in the middle of the card, let's find a good example here. So see, this one says 972, so that's its card score out of 1,000. So that's, I guess it's called the tag score, but you can see it there in the middle of the QR code. That said, that is something that you only get at the $75 and $150 a card level. And if you're just browsing from eBay, it's hard to find a card that actually has that. So a lot of people, I think, are paying for the more affordable grading options, which is fine. Like if it's not a big boy card, I don't know that you need the bells and whistles. They do have this nice population report. Everything on the site looks really clean. The population report is significantly more organized and better than anything from PSA or BGS. Like just the UI UX is a lot better. So if I go to baseball, it looks like in total there's 41,000 graded baseball cards. There are 17,000 basketball cards, and there are 30,000 football cards. And then of course we're gonna go check Pokemon because everybody loves Pokemon. so they've done 220,000 Pokemon cards. That's a noteworthy number of cards. I mean, they've done 300,000 cards graded thus far, so that's very impressive. Their Instagram page has 50,000 followers, so that's awesome. This post talks about 4 patents they've been awarded, and they're truly, it looks like, trying to shake up the industry. And don't get me wrong, I'm not one to stay committed to a legacy brand because I do realize that other brands can offer the same quality product at a much more affordable price. I was not trying to ever rain on Tag's parade because I don't like them or what they're doing, but because I fear that if they didn't make it and you graded your cards there, that's going to be something that could haunt you. But rest assured, it seems like they're in a pretty good spot. So the next big question is, how do their grades fare? We're going to go to eBay and we're going to go tag graded cards. And my plan here is just to find some that have sold and then compare them to PSA. Alright, here's a status tag Luca as a tin. It sold for $125. It looks like as a PSA tin, it sold for $125, thereabout. Here's one that sold for $110. Also, I think that Tag provides all these pictures when you grade their stuff, because everybody who has cards graded by Tag basically have the same pictures with this black background. That's a very nice add-on, because product pictures are the worst. And having something clean like this can really maximize the value of what your auction sells for. You get this card score thing, so this must come with it. And it looks like all of this is just provided ready to go on eBay as soon as you get your card graded. So that's super duper nice. But anyways, here's a Status Rookies Red, also sold for $125. And this one also sold for $125. So it seems like they're really right there. Let's check out some Wembanyama. Here's a Prism Monopoly Free Parking Tag tin. Sold for $270. There are not many of these in the PSA version, so let's look. It sold for $300. It sold for $325 there. This one sold when he was plain, so that I'm sure gives it a little bit of extra inflated value. Here's a Tag 9 Round Ball Royalty Victor Wembanyama. Looks like they're selling for about the same price as a PSA 9. And so it passed my second test, which is they seem to be holding their own and very equal to PSA sales. Some companies just don't stack up to PSA. And if you're grading with a startup and you get a 10 but it really doesn't add much value, then what's the point? Thankfully for Tag, that does not seem to be their issue. Now, finally, let's look at what a Tag slab looks like. I bought this one. I paid $10 for it. It is Braylon Morrill. This is a 2024 Bowman Prospects card. I really don't know who this guy is, but again, I didn't pay a whole lot for it, and it's a 10. So we're going to switch cameras and compare this slab to a PSA slab.
Here it is, final test. Here's the Slabs. So I had to whip out the Aquino slabs before. These have been a staple on the channel. I've destroyed them in various ways. So they've become a mainstay. Don't ask me how I ended up with so many of them. Here's the Tag slab. Like you can see, it's got a transparent at the top. Font looks real good. It's real clean. You can see it from the reverse side. So the only downside about the transparent slab, much like clearly Donruss, is that you get the weird mirror look from the top, and you're just kind of wasting the space on the back. PSA kind of maximizes their space with the certificate seal and with the QR code, which I just confirmed does work. It takes you to this screen when you scan it, and I still cannot get this one to work. I weighed the two of them. The Tag slab is about 30% heavier. Honestly, I prefer that. It's kind of like a cell phone. People advertise, this is the lightest phone. But it's like, nah, I don't want anything that feels that light and cheap to me. This one feels like it's built to last. It feels more durable. I'll be honest with you. I like this slab a lot more than I like this slab. I've also think that BGS has better looking slabs than PSA, but that's for another day. Anyways, Tag slab looks good, feels good. If you're grading with Tag, I don't think it's a bad idea from everything I've seen. So let me know, what's your favorite experience or least favorite experience with Tag grading? Comment below. Thanks for watching.